Soccer squad, where today they face the Kenyon College Lords. Kenyon ranked 6th in the nation, no goals against yet this season, so Bisons will have their word cut out for them today. Bison ranked 18th in the nation right now with a 4-1 record. Last 3 games consecutive shutouts for them as well. Definitely a good one. The player to watch for Kenyon College is senior Mark Phillips from Westerville, Ohio, wearing number 10 in the purple jerseys. Bison, Seth Zerico still leading the way for the Bison with 10 points on his 5 goals, so he's the one. Mike Rogers out with an injury for this game, so therefore Pat Ritchie will be moving up to a forward position from his usual midfield spot. So we'll have to see how that little mix-up in the roster will do there for the Bison. Coach Jack Dushin doing a very good job with his Kenyon squad here. They're really playing well defensively, as we mentioned, with no goals scored against yet. That's pretty incredible here. They're 5 games into the season too, I do believe. So Bison are going to have to crack through that, be able to get on the board, or else come out with a 0-0 tie maybe. And as the players break from their huddle, we'll be underway shortly.
Let's go. I want hard pressure from the beginning. Come on, Wayno.
Pat Ritchie fixing up his due, and we'll be underway on the ref's whistle as soon as he's finished here. Both teams very pumped for this game. Probably Bethany's toughest game of the season. So far, they haven't really faced that tough of opponents. Kenyon here, though, very tough, and then later on in the season, maybe West Virginia Westland will be their next very tough opponent. A few tough games in there also between. And that's checked. Line judge be ready in a second, and the ref will be blowing the whistle, and we'll be able to start here today at the regular 4:30 start time. And there we go. We're underway, and Sean Meal sends it deep in the corner for David Gross to start the game off, but Gross a little slow on the run there, holding up. The ball rides out. Throw in here for Kenyon. That ball rides out. Kusick, Frankie Tall has time. Tall drops all the way back to Molly Solid, wearing the new jersey this afternoon. Farmer sends right up middle, headed up. Over to David Gross, wide open on the left side of the field there. Pressure put on him immediately, though, by Tony Muhammad. Muhammad keeps that ball in. Rides all the way back to Frankie Tall. Tall against their captain there, Mark Phillips. Sends Farmer. Farmer on the other side. Sends up. That ball sets in middle. They send him in. Phillips in. Phillips on the far side tries to send the cross. That's off Farmer, and Molly comes up with that ball. Quick action here to start the game. This game, unlike the Bison last few games where they've totally dominated and played in the opponent's half, this game, Molly already forced to come out and scoop one up. Pat Ritchie gets that ball up. Frees to Gross. Gross finds it. And that shot right into goaltender Andy Kingston's chest. Ball on far side. Send way up in. Controlled and brought down. Ball down, Sean Meal knocks it back up. It's a high ball. Headed down by Dada. taken by Freeze. Freeze tries to control around the player, but that ball picked off. Picked off and left again for Phillips. Phillips come in across. Star able to get that and pick that ball off. Comes up with it. Star with time. Hits Sean Meal off Star's leg there. A little miscommunication on that play. Pat Ritchie races in for here, but goaltender easily comes out to grab that ball in his own box. Ball controlled on the near side, goes up line. And Frankie just sends that ball out into the Kenyon bench. The Lord's putting good pressure on here against the Bison. Some tough stuff here this afternoon. Hopefully the Bison will be able to regroup and counterattack. Star comes with this ball, takes it to the line, just toys with him. Toys a little on line, then goes for the switch. Picked off in the middle. Phillips has inside. Ball brought inside box, and that rolls all the way out end line. And we have a Kenyon penalty kick here. Excuse me, corner kick. Seven to take this, Wayne Albert. Albert looks to see what he has. Sends outside, headed up by Sean Meal. Good stuff there. Pat Ritchie comes up with that ball. Tries to go to Scotty Bolton. Scotty Bolton forced to come back. Regroups, sends Pat Ritchie up line. Ritchie has time, sends it across. Freeze runs for that ball knocked out on the far side for the safe out there by the Kenyon defender. Gross to take this throw in. Goes into Kuzlik. Kuzlik with the ball there. Control, sends it in deep. Freeze not able to make contact with that ball. And Andy Kingston picks that ball up. Ball knocked out. Over Gross up for it. Gross lets the ball land. Rides out. That's called a Kenyon throw and must have bounced off of David Gross there. Thrown by Tony Muhammad again. That ball rides off Kenyon foot of Wayne Albert. Bison drop all the way back to Male. Sala has time here. Sala look for somewhere to go. Tell me, make some runs. That ball deep in far right corner. Scotty Bolton there. Pat Ritchie up, gets a shoulder on that. Whistle down on the hander probably. How's he going to take this one? Going, sends in. Ball controlled. Good touch there, leaves it. Three Bison converge, drops it back out. Send deep in the corner. In, Jason Sellers in for that. Pat Ritchie comes up with it. Tries to send Bolton, but unable to do so. Ball comes right back to Sellers right in the middle. And it rides out. Frankie Tall to take this. Free kick, and Tall tells men make the runs. Tall sends that ball up. It's headed right back in. Kuzik races for her. Kuzik controls, brings right back to Tall. Tall with pressure on from Sellers here. Ball picked off again. Scotty Bolton, nice tackle there. Comes up with the ball. Comes up with a ball there. Bad call there by referee Henrich. Henrich referee today. Woodruff and Vach, his line judges. That ball in. Sala comes up with it easily. 3-2 on official shots so far. Kenyon favor. That ball bounces right out into the Kenyon bench again. Headed up by Sellers. Brings it down. Sean Meal controls. Sean Meal sends the corner to Scotty Bolton. Giggsy's in. Giggsy racing. He's unable to race to that ball, and it rides out for a Kenyon throw-in. Good back and forth action here today from home field. We're at the 38-19 mark here in the first half here on WTVX. Thanks for joining us. This is JC Catherine and Sil Jawa running camera. Throw in here, Dave Farmer to take it. Player's going way in. He's calling him back in. Sends Dada in the corner. Dada control. Dada toys in that ball, not out. Kept in there. Frankie Tall pinches in, pinches back. Gets that ball in there off Farmer's chest. Dada can't control, but he gets it over to Star. Star leaves it for Gross. Gross brings it across back in the corner. And Dada again controls. Bison finally getting some possession in the Kenyon half. Star brings in. Star chips across, but no one advanced on goal in there. And Andy Kingston easily makes that save. Kingston, number 1 for Kenyon Lords. Punts back up to the mid-half. That ball off Tony Muhammad's foot and rides out. David Gross to take this throw in. Gross sends it in. Off Star's foot. Star goes through 2. Unable to keep the ball though. Comes back down. Sent in deep off Frankie's head and up over the Bison bench. Throwing again for Muhammad here. Tony Muhammad, number 11 for Kenyon, decides he's not going to take it. Instead, it's left for Dave Dishriver. Sean Meal heads that ball right back out. Dishriver to take it. Dishriver sends that ball in. Right to Phillips. Phillips sends back a handball there, and that ball whistled down. Kuzik will take this free kick. Vice communicating here. Send Farmer on the wide side. Farmer has that ball with time and space. Pressure now applied on him. Up to Pat Ritchie. Pat Ritchie leaves for Dada. Dada in. Dada in Kenyon half. Sends in. Gross hit on the left side. Open again. Down, able to cross to him. Players held back there so they would not be offside. And Kingston again punts this back up half. Sean Mill gets a foot on that. Controls down to Farmer. Farmer lets. Gets to Dada. Dada leaves Ritchie. Pat Ritchie lets that ball bounce. He's back in there for it. Ritchie off ahead and a high kick on that. Dangerous play, whistled down. Kick here again. From the backfield, back up to Phillips, but Robbie Kuzik able to battle Phillips and come up with that ball. Dada controls now, brings it in half himself. Hits Freeze, off Freeze foot all the way through. And left side. Freeze tries to come up, but it has to battle for it. And it rides out, and that whistle down and Kenyon throw in. We're at the 35 mark here in the first half. Here from Hogue Field on WTVX. Score still 0-0. Ball headed back across. Phillips goes for that ball. Phillips controls, goes for the switch. Man wide open there. That's number 16, Dave Dreischfer again. Malay forced to come out and grab that ball. Excuse me, that was number 5, Mark Toes, who came out. Came up with that ball. Toes, who I do not have here as a starter in the game. Did not see any substitutions yet, so maybe he was inserted into the starting lineup. Last second, nice shot there by David Gross. Rebound, Freeze comes up with that. Ball knocked back out, excuse me there. David Gross has to race again. Good stuff by the Bison, able to get some shots there. Hopefully they'll be able to get one by Andy Kingston here for the first time in the season. Kuzik unable to control that. That ball chipped in. Phillips comes up with it, but no, excuse me, Malay comes out and grabs that before Phillips able to get to it. Phillips again, Mark Phillips, their big gun here. The senior wearing number 10 for the Lords. He's their man to go to. And that ball headed back out on the side. Another throw in here for Kenyon. Back from the half. Ryan Albert to take that. Ball didn't get through to him though. Comes down to Ken Sly. Ken Sly races in the corner. Scotty Bolton pressures there. They call a little obstruction on Scotty Bolton there. Free kick for Kenyon. Bison a little confusion down in the box. Having a little trouble who they're marking. Could be a problem. Comes up. Molly punches that back outside. 12 can't get a foot on that he wants. Crosses back. Scotty Bolton controls. Loses. Star there for that ball. Able to knock it back out. Pat Ritchie in there now. Scotty Bolton. Oh, kick to the face there on number 17. Ken Swad just kicked in the face. Number 17 for Kenyon. Trainer comes on. Whistle down here. Ken Swad injured off Scotty Bolton's foot. We're going to wait, see what happens. Trainers come on. We're going to go off for a break here at 32:24 mark. Please hang on here on WTVX.
Hey guys, we're talking about composure in here, aren't we? Hey, come on, let's have composure now. Composure. Hey, ladies, we gotta get ready for the ball. Come on, put the billies in. This ball out. Organize now, guys. Organize now. Stop for there, hey, you want two, yeah? Come on, Mike. Come on, Faz, let's go. Come on in, Mike. Hey, mark up now. Guys, come on, Faz, come on. Hey, all right.
We're back in. Free kick here to be taken in a Kenyon favor. A little confusion on that last play. Scotty Bolton's foot a little high. Whistle down on an injury there for Kenyon. No foul called though. At the 32:24 mark. Again, Bison having a little trouble marking their men in front. This ball chipped up over. Molly up for it, comes down with it. Molly able to make that save. Good stuff there by Malasella. Punts it right back upfield immediately. Scotty Bolton, little Brit number 19, in there battling for it. Scotty appeared a little shaken up on that play after the player went down. Hopefully he'll be able to grab his composure and get some things done on offensive end. Farmer throws this in. That off Star's foot. Star leaves Sean Meal. Sean Meal over to Robbie Kuzlik. Kuzlik sends in. Pat Ritchie's there for it. Unable to get a foot though. Comes all the way back out to Farmer. Farmer back in. And Star headers that one back. But there's no Bison there to recover this ball. And it rides all the way back to Andy Kingston again. Kingston with this ball, boots it up. Gross loses that battle. Kuzlik tries to recover for him. Gross again up, Kuzlik again recovering. And Robbie Kuzlik lets this one ride for a Bison throw in. Kuzlik with that ball. Kuzlik has it in, loses control. Back out to Phillips. Let through, Phillips again. Man inside 18, takes shot. Just wide there on the Bison net. Solid, luckily escaping one there. Just inches wide at the left post. Frankie sends that ball up into Freeze. Freezer controls, loses possession though. Right back in, Sean Mill regains it, gets it over to Star. Star back up to Freeze. Good stuff progressing here for the Bison. Star in. Star runs in a line. Star control. Star goes down though, a little slide. He's safe on that play. Back out, Dada tries to head it back in, but heads the wrong way. Farmer with a nice ball back in. Good stuff there, David Farmer. Pinching up on the play. Bring back in on line. In left line, control. Back out to Gross. Gross has to fight for that one, loses the battle. Go with the switch. Open field on the far side. That's the Driver, number 16. Sends in to Phillips again. Phillips with the cross. Kuzik tries to pinch out, let it ride through 18. Controlled here by Albert. Little cracking in the shins there, Sean Meals' leg. Farmer pinch in between players and sends that out. Bison disorganized in their own half here. Gonna have to watch. This isn't a team they can toy with here, this Kenyon squad. Undefeated in 5 games. That ball thrown in, Kuzik up for that. Ball drops. Frankie holds out. Doesn't go in too deep. Comes back out, free kick here. Ball whistled down. Phillips is going to take that. No, he leaves it. That ball taken way up. Phillips in there. Malay comes out and challenges. Comes up with that ball. Good stuff there. Mala Salah. Salah has the boys make the runs. Sends up. Freeze there for. Headed right down to Dada. Dada control. Dada to keep control here. Out to Kuzik. Kuzik sees Gross. Gross in. Control. Sends in the corner. Holds back though on his run there. And that ball forced out behind the Kenyon bench, and we'll have a Bison throw in here. Excuse me, no Kenyon throw in. That ball in quickly. Controlled back out. No pressure put on. Now Freeze putting pressure on. Ball waiting deep in Bison end. Headed back out by Tall. Controlled. No pressure put on here again. Bison defenders back off a little, and that ball, Gross heads it out right in front of the Bison bench. Kuzik in battles for that. Into the corner. Control. Deeks Kuzlik comes around with the cross. Phillips unable to connect on that the way he wanted, but still possessed by Kenyon. Malay just comes out and grabs that up easily. 7 shots against Malay Salah here, unofficial in the first half, with 27 mark. Comes down, Pat Ritchie can't win that one. Comes down to Star though. Dada controls. Whistle down, Bison favor. Scotty Bolton racing in the corner for that one. Giggsy's there. Controls, loses possession though. And that ball again booted all the way back out to half. Kuzik again battles for it. Comes all the way back. Phillips tries to head it down. Gets that ball over to Muhammad. Tony Muhammad tries to go through Frankie Tall. Unable to do so, goes down, but the ball whistled down in the Kenyon favor. Bison set up. Star and Dada on the ball. Ritchie now in. Kenyon not sure who's going to take this. Decide to give it to Wayne Albert. Wayne Albert to take this free kick for Kenyon. Albert chips it up. Headed out by Farmer again. Comes back through, controlled. Send into the box. Malay comes out and grabs that ball up again. Star sends that ball in. Headed back out. Unable to break half. Sean Meal comes up with this. Back to Frankie Tall. Frankie Tall looks. They have Scotty Bolton on the line there. Said go right in the middle, but no one's there. Right to Kenyon defender. He just sends it back on the other side. Pat Ritchie intercepts. Pat Ritchie with a little bit of time, one on his back. Has Sean Meal in the middle. Sends Scotty Bolton. Scotty Bolton tried to break half himself. Can't do so. Ball picked off. Right back in Bison half. Nice tackle there, Sean Meal. That ball in corner. Racing for that, Tony Muhammad. Excuse me. Isaac Goen just sends it way in behind the Bison net. Lindquist enter here. Lindquist going in for Gross. Lindquist enters the game now, number 2 for the Bison. Entering for David Gross. Lindquist with 1 goal on the season. Ball sent out far side. Scotty Bolton's up for that one. Headed out off Kenyon head. Bison throw in. Farmer to take this though. Goes in deep for that one. Frees up for it. Comes down to Dada. All the way back out and into the stands again. Just inside 25. And Farmer takes that ball up. Again off Bolton. Dada controls, but the ball whistled down. Kenyon advantage here. Dada unable to get a foot on that ball. They bring it in. Kenyon brings it in slowly. Now with a little rush on. Shot and a goal there. Unfortunately, Wayne Aber able to break through Mala's wall, and the Bison goalless streak is broken now after 3 games. Wayne Aber scoring that goal at the 24-27 mark. Bison now definitely going to have to break the scoreless drought here for Kenyon opponents. Kenyon, again, as we mentioned before, unscored upon on this season, undefeated in 5 games, no goals against. Which Bison player will be the one to break that streak? Ball sent in the corner. Bolton and Lindquist both in for that, but neither are able to retrieve. Comes out line. Farmer just chips that ball out there. Throw in here. Ball up. Inside the box, Phillips knocks it right back out. Ball in, Freeze is the only one there. Freeze with the defender approaching though. Pinch out to the outside, keeps that ball in. Has time, tries to cross, but unable to do so. That's off Isaac Goins' foot. Freeze for the throw-in. Looks for a man, has Star in deep. On line. Ritchie unable to come up with it, and ball knocked all the way back out. And that against the scoring table. Robbie Kuzlik looks where to go. Coach Cunningham instructs him. He sends in to Star. Star, who freshly shaved his head, making me easier to distinguish now out on the pitch, into Ritchie. Ritchie in the corner. Ritchie with time here, plays around the corner a little bit. Tries to force the ball out there. Unable to do so, and that ball whistled down. In Kenyon advantage. We're in the 23rd minute of play here. Bison down 1-0 here on WTVX. If you're just joining us here from Hogue Field. Bison bring their 4-1 record into this game against the undefeated Kenyon Lords. That ball off Sean Mills' foot, rides out. And Robbie Kuzik will take the throw, and Bison gets caught for the throw-in here. Kuzik looks. Tries to send in, but unable to do so. Ball comes out. 3 Bison there. Star the one on it. Star sends Bolton in. Bolton tries to one it up into Lindquist. Lindquist now with the cross on this. Freeze tries to get a foot on that, but unable to do so, and he's pulled down in the process. 5-9 unofficial shots here against the Bison, losing. Kingston again to take this goal kick. And that ball booted up. Sean Meal tries to win that, lets it ride. Phillips controls. Unable to get it through though, and a bad tackle there by Sean Meal, and player goes down. Kenyon advantage here. Where she can't get it out. Kenyon controls back across. And that ball back up. Off Star's foot. Star fighting for it. Comes back down. And Frankie up for the header on there. Comes down to Dada. Dada leads Freeze. Freeze sends in the corner. Star racing. Star in for it. Comes up, controls. Sends that cross over to Dada. Dada leaves Lindquist. Good ball there. Stevie Lindquist has Sean Meal wide open. Sean Meal has it up. Oh, just wide right. Good stuff there by the Bison. Nice little move by Stevie Lindquist. Able to set Sean Meal right in the middle. Sean Meal's shot just wide to the right. Bison corner kick here. Their first of the game. Freeze to take this. Freeze makes his call. That ball in. Up and headed back out. Bicycler by Richie there. Kept in the box. Knocked back out on the far side. Pat Ritchie able to race and get there. Pat Ritchie controls. Sends that back in. Again comes back to Ritchie. And off his foot and that ball out on end line. Good stuff there by the Bison. Able to get some production down there but unable to score. Another goal kick here for Andy Kingston. He sets, player makes some runs out front. And the Kenyon keeper knocks this ball up into the atmosphere. Comes back down to Dada. Dada has Richie. Richie has to fight for it while he's on the ground. Loses that ball. Sent up line on the Bison half. Coming down, controlled by Phillips. Phillips in there. Phillips with time. Sends the cross. Up for the header. Drops down. Farmer lets through. Controlled in Molly's box. And Kuzlik just sends it out. Safe out there by Robbie Kuzlik. Bison a little disorganization. Gonna have to watch in their own end. They are down by a goal. The goal off Wayne Albert's foot at the 24-27 mark put the Bison down 1-0. That ball in. Controlled by Michael Vasilopoulos. Freeze race for this one. Player down and that ball whistled. Bison favor. Excuse me, no, Kenyon advantage on this. Ball again in. Ball back out on the Vasuplos' foot, but he loses that, and it comes all the way back out. Freeze leaves for Dada. Scotty Bolton knocked down there. Frankie comes up with that, knocks back out into the Bison bench. Bison gonna have to regain composure here. They're getting a little disorganized. Ball back out, Frankie Tall. Safe out there. And they have Dave Dressdriver lets that ride out. Dressdriver has it again. Dressdriver sends that inside in the box with a cross. Stevie Lindquist in there in his own box controlling. And a corner kick there for Male Salah. Male a little bit steamed here. His team down by a goal. Wants more stuff in the Kenyon end. Farmer sends that up. Freeze lets through. Not all the way though. Sean Mill controls. Sean Mill battling again. Ball back down on the land. Pat Ritchie time. Ritchie comes through. Dada cross. Big cross. Scotty Bolton, he was switched here to the left side. Unable to get to that ball, but Bison throwing here. Gigs into Kuzlik. Kuzlik has. Kuzlik leaves himself. Brings back to Frankie Tall. Frankie Tall back to Kuzlik. Kuzlik looks around, has a little time. Pressure put on him. Unable to get it through Star, but Kuzlik comes back up with it. Kuzlik tries to bring it through all himself. He does so through 3 men. Leaves Scotty Bolton in the corner. Bolton with a cross and that right to goaltender Andy Kingston. That ball quickly out on the right side. Brought up line by Phillips. Good slide there by Farmer. Farmer able to knock that ball back out, and Dada comes up with it. Dada sends right up the middle, but there's no forward in deep there for Bison. Now Freeze gets there, but a little late on that play. Now Freeze there. Heads it down to Star. Star sends Sean Meal in the middle. Sean Meal time and controls here. Sends Star. Star in. Tries to chip it through there, but unable to do so. Comes out. Dada has to race back to get on this ball. Dada comes up with it, but off his foot the wrong way. Sean Meal and then headed in by Lindquist. And that call back. We're in the 15th minute here. Bison down by a goal here. Seven shots unofficially for the Bison. 10 for Kenyon. Frankie Tall sends that ball in. Freeze goes up for that. Shoulder down. Phillips controls. He leaves that for Vasilopoulos in the box. Dangerous stuff here and just wide. Bison come off fortunate on that one. Again, Bison fortunate. And that shot off of Tony Muhammad's foot. Just wide to the left post. Goal kick here to be taken by Frankie Tall. Tall sends this ball up. And Dada tries to bring it down. Farm putting pressure on Phillips. Phillips toys. Phillips sends back into Muhammad. Muhammad controls, Giggsy on him. Good ball there by Scotty Bolton. Dada tries to get the ball back, and it rides off his foot and out past the score table. Another throw in here for Kenyon. Dave Driver to take this. Driver throws in line. And Kuzik forces that one out. This throw in taken by Vasilopoulos. Vasilopoulos has it in. Headed out by Frankie. Shot up high and over the Bison net. Substitution here. Pat Ritchie coming out and going in for him, Larry Knoll. We're in the 13th minute. Larry Knoll enters the game. And that ball sent way up. Headed back down to Farmer. Farmer can't come up with it. Kuzik battled for that one, didn't come up with it. Into Knoll. Knoll tries out line. Kept in by Kenyon here. Go across. Controlled again by Lindquist. Ball drops down. To the foot again, Jason Sellers. Again to Vasilopoulos. Into Phillips. Phillips controlling right outside the box. On the far side, taken in here. Big shot. Off Tall's foot, and Malay comes up and grabs that ball. Good save there by Malay Salah. Bob to Kuzik with pressure on him. Head back in. Bison having trouble getting out of their own half here. Larry Knoll controls. Knoll sends in, tries to get the Dada, unable to get it to him, but Star comes up with that ball. Nice little drop kick there. Again, Kenyon inside the box. Taken out by Frankie Tall. Good defensive effort there by Frankie Tall, able to knock that ball to the corner. And it rides across. Molly can't get to it. Cross, and Scotty Bolton clears out to Larry Knoll. Larry Knoll trying to go back up. Lindquist brings that ball down and it rides off his foot and out. Dangerous stuff there. Malasala missing that ball, and almost a good opportunity for Kenyon, but Kenyon player unable to get the foot on he wanted. Shot there and a goal. Tony Muhammad got it that time. Off the crossbar. Off the crossbar and in. At the 10:57 mark. Powerful shot. Nicely placed. Off the top and in. Bison totally disorganized right now. Players just definitely need time to regroup and get things back together. Squire entering here for Frankie Tall, wearing number 6 for the Bison. Bison down by 2 goals. I do believe this is the second time this season that they've been down by that many. That's the first game against Messiah where they were defeated 1-3. That ball way up in the air. Kuzik brings it down. Giggs can't race to that ball. Ball in. Off Bolton's shoulder and that ball out. Throw in here on Phillips' foot. Farmer, good pressure there. Keeps that on.
Good job,
Keeps that back up line though. Squire up for that. Bolton tries to bring it down. And Dada back defensively to help out. Sends Noel up the right side. Noel then sends Lindquist in. Bison gets stuff in their own in the Kenyon half. Freezer up for that header. Drops all the way through. Sean Mill unable to get to that, and the ball rides all the way over to the corner. Taken here by Kenyon defender again. And the Lord sends it up. Star brings it in. Star sends Freeze. Good stuff. Back in, but that's scooped up easily by Andy Kingston. Again up. Larry Knoll sends that down to Dada. Dada with no pressure on right here. Sends it across. Freezer tries to get one on that. And that ball wide. Another corner here for the Bison. Freeze again will take this at approaching the 9-minute mark. Here in the first half, Bison now down 2-0. If you're just joining us here on WTVX. Bison came out strong, but it got a little disorganized here as the half has progressed. Freeze sends that one in. Headed through, and just over the crossbar on that. Another goal kick here for Andy Kingston. Kingston's who's been able to keep his opponents off the scoreboard all season long. Hopefully again to do it today. Seth Serico now entering the game for Steve Lindquist. Seth again with 10 points on the season, 5 goals, leading the Bison in scoring. Hopefully his leg will be able to pop one in today. That ball up to Dada. Dada leaves Seth. Seth trying to get in there. Pressure on Kingston. That ball brought back out. Freeze pressure here. Unable to keep it though. Back out to Noel. Noel tries to knee it back in. Out line. Noel's got a race there, but that ball rides out. And a Bison throw in on this. Farmer will take it. Dave Farmer, number 9 for the Bison. Ball way up to Dada. Leaves that. Freeze comes up with it. Almost looks as the ball rolled out. Corner for the Bison. Bison have to react quickly here. Freeze sends that across. Knocked out. And Phillips comes down with that, knocks the ball down to his teammate with time. They now send Phillips in. Excuse me, no. Vasupoulos. That ball crossed and Molly lets it bounce and grabs it up. Molly gets it out quickly. Out to Star. Star into Dada. Dada leads him. Seth comes back up with it, tries to leave Star. Star has to control, ball bouncing. Star tries to leave Bolton here, but unable to do so. Now Star loses that ball, but Kuzik able to knock it back into Dada. Dada brings that down. Sean Meal controls. Sean Meal sends, but no one's there for that ball. And it's again brought back in the Bison half. Sean Meal controls though. Scotty Bolton brings this ball down through. Meal unable to pressure there. Ball all the way in. Phillips here with a chance. Phillips with time. Kuzik pressures him, sends the cross. Good slide there by Starr. Nice tackle. Able to come up with the ball, but again, the ball brought back in. And offside on that play. Number 11, Tony Muhammad for Kenyon. Things running much slower here for the Bison now. In the later half of this first half of play. We're approaching 5-minute mark. Score 2 for Kenyon, none for the Bison. Farmer sends that ball in deep. Seth goes up, unable to bring it down. Bolton races and that ball rides out. Bolton with the throw in here for the Bison. Giggsy looks. Giggsy sends that into Dada, right back to him. And again off Kenyon defender Tony Muhammad. Ball thrown into the corner, but no more Bison player there for it. That off Scoldy Bolton. And out, grabbed by Andy Kingston. Kingston then sends it up. Kuzik will come up with this ball. Can't get it down to Squire, though. Squire has to race in. And alone. Cross, no one there to take it, though. No foul on that. And Noel sends up to Dada. Dada control here. Dada sends Starr. Starr with some time here and some space. Hopefully things will happen here for the Bison. Starr tries to set. Freeze. Freeze has one up. Oh, and wide right. Bison just unable to finish this afternoon. Unofficially 10 shots here for the Bison, 15 for Kenyon. Goal kick here again for Kingston. Kingston will send that ball up. Sean Meal coming down with it. Up again, controlled there. That time by Jason Sellers. And Sellers slides down and ball whistled down in Kenyon advantage. Taking this, Jamie and Barry. Number 13. Barry sends in. Muhammad in to get it. Phillips comes up with it. Phillips control. Phillips tries to get through and Seth comes up with that ball and sends back out to Dada. Dada with some time here. Dada with some time and speed. Bison progress upfield. But no other Bison forwards there to help out. That ball all the way back in and it'll ride out end line. Now they take the goal kick here inside 3 minutes. Kuzik with a lot of time and space here. Squire will set this. Inside 3 minutes. 2.5 left here on the clock. Salah sends in. Freeze goes up for that, loses the battle though, but Sean Meal come in. Again, Phillips come in. Phillips bringing in. And that ball comes all the way back to Mala Salah, who scoops that up. Salah sends the ball high up. Dada controls. Dada sets Seth. Seth tries to send Freeze, but unable to do so, picked off. That ball forced out off Kenyon foot. Kenyon throw in here. We're on to the ref's watch now for the last 2 minutes of play here in the half. Ball brought down to Farmer's foot and knocked out. Two 2-0 here, first half. Bison losing. Kenyon setting. Time taking away here in the first half. That ball up, headed out by Squire. Squire ain't able to get out too far, but Dada comes up and grabs the ball. Dada tries a nice little move, but unable to get it through. And Male comes and scoops that ball up. Male with a quick one. Sends that deep upper right corner. Freeze up for it. Freeze wins that one. Seth didn't make the run there, able to get to it. High foot on that, Bison favor. Dada sets and plays. Sean Meal come up with it. Sean Meal sends Dada in. Dada tries to run it over to Star. Back into Dada. Freeze with the cross on that, headed back up. Comes down, Sean Meal whistled down. We're having one dished out here. A yellow card to a Bison player. And that is Eric Freeze who comes up with that card. Freeze given a yellow. Inside ref time. First half ticking away here. Bison down 2-0 here at Hogue Field. If you're just joining us here on WTVX, the undefeated Kenyon Lords, also scoreless in their season. Bison bringing their 4-1 record in. Right now, not looking promising for the Bison. That ball into Dada. Back to Kuzik. Kuzik sends into Star. Star will have that over to Sean Meal. Sean Meal can't control though, and ball comes all the way back to goaltender Malasala. Comes out and controls. And that'll be time in the half. Bison down 2-0 in the first half. Shots unofficial 10-15. We'll get an official on that. We're back here on WTVX, getting ready to start the second half. Bison down 2-0 here. Goals by number 7, Wayne Alber. The score table did not have the assist on that though. He carried in about 10 yards by himself, so I'm not sure if one will be given. And Tony Muhammad with the other goal. Again, no assist caught on that. Shots 6-6. I had a little miscalculation before. Shots only 6-6 as far as saves. Male with 2. Andy Kingston with 3. Corners 1 apiece. Fouls, the Bison gonna have to watch this. 15 fouls to 2 fouls for Kenyon here, so gonna have to watch it. And Eric Freeze giving a yellow card in ref time there, so gonna have to be a little more cautious in their play. Getting a little shady out here. Drop beginning to fall, so please bear with us. Gross in with this ball. David Gross leaves it. Pat Ritchie comes with it. Can't break through half line, but now he does so. And that ball rides out. Kenyon throw in here. Bison looking a little disorganized towards the second part of that last half. Gonna have to watch that one. This ball down. Squire out to that. Squire leaves Scotty Bolton. Scotty Bolton race in, but that ball rides out in line. Ball back in play. Star comes up with that, brings it to Dada. Dada leaves Gross, but Gross doesn't get the run there to get able to get on that ball. That ball led too hard for him. It rides out on the far side now off a Kenyon foot. Kuzik to take this throw in. Kuzik looking. Robbie sends that ball into Sean Meal. Sean Meal controls up to Dada. Dada over. Dada brings through, tries to lead Ritchie in. Gross comes up, lets it ride through his legs though. Gross into the corner. Toys it. Plays around a little. Pat Ritchie there to assist him. Gross brings it back out. Tries to set through, unable to get it to. Kuzik comes up with it. Tries to send it to Pat Ritchie, unable to do so. And Kuzik gonna have to regroup here. Get back. Phillips in. Phillips pulled down right outside the box. Just outside the box, free kick here for Kenyon. We'll set this ball down in. Free kick here for Kenyon. They set this ball. And ball whistle down on that. Clear. Rain picking up, excuse the interruption there. Wall built in front of Malasala's net. And Phillips to take that. Block back out and that far on to the right side. Hopefully Pleasant Skies will come back. Corner here for Kenyon. Kenyon will take it. Ball in. Knocked back out by Starr. Gross races for this one. Gross in there. Gross telling me between time and a half that he wants this game. Draws back. Kuzik unable to get to that ball. Phillips brings in. Phillips with the cross. Picked off by Bison defender. And knocked back out. Phillips again battling for this ball. Excuse me, not Phillips. Comes into Muhammad. Muhammad pulled down. And a penalty kick called here. The third penalty kick the Bison have seen this year. That player's still down. Ref tending to him, and he'll be getting up here as the rain picks up. We're going to go off for a break here at the 41-10 mark. Player down in the Bison box here on WTVX. Bison down 2-0 here. Penalty kick here going to be taken by number 10, John Phillips. Excuse me, Mark Phillips. Phillips takes it. Male Solo almost got on that one, but it just slipped underneath him. Penalty kick at the 41-10 mark of the second half. Male almost able to get there. Just underneath his body. Goal there by Phillips, the man Fabio said to watch. He gets a third goal, and the Bison gonna have a tough time getting out of this hole. Especially with weather conditions picking up. Field gonna be getting a little soggy here. Rain coming down now. Inside 40 minutes approaching. Michael takes that in, and that ball off, frees foot, and out. Excuse me, Scotty Bolton in there for that. Bolton wearing 19 for the Bison. And the leaves are beginning to fall now also. Corner here at 40 minutes. Fixing things up here in the 40-minute mark. Rain slowing down now. Ball sent across, taken down. Sent right back in Bison end, into the corner, and this ball will ride out on the sideline. We'll have another Bison throw in here. Up on way deep, Scotty Bolton trying to go for that. Unable to do so, and again taken down by one of the lures. Kenyon sends it back in. Able to get through to Velopoulos. And called down offside there on Kenyon. This ball brought back down. Gross there for that. Gross leaves for Freeze. Freeze trying to send back to Gross, but ball slips off his foot. Probably with the wet conditions here. Rain slowed down a little bit. It's again beginning to pick up, and Malik comes out, take this ball. They're forced out here. Kuzik comes out. Kuzik controls, sends in Richie. Richie and Bolton both there. Richie comes up with this one. Good opportunity here for the Bison. Richie in. Richie with the cross. Freeze falls down. Gross unable to get to that ball. Kingston again comes up with it. Conditions not getting any better here for the Bison. Neither weather-wise nor score-wise. Bison down 3-0 here at Hogue Field. As things begin to pick up here. Dada controls, tries to send down. Star there to regroup there for that. Star now controls that ball out on Kenyon foot. Oh, and they call that a Kenyon throw-in. So we're taken by the Kenyon defender. Head back in by Star on Dada's foot. Dada then sends back but loses that one. But Pat Ritchie able to control. Ritchie has Scotty Bolton run up line. He sends him. And that ball rides out on the left side. Again, rain slowing down. It's been coming in spurts. Coming then stopping, coming then stopping. Just the way the Bison's attack has been, although it's been less active here. Scotty Bolton races for this one. It's a battle in for air, into the corner. Bolton puts pressure on, able to force that ball out on the sideline. Eric Noel again warming up on the sideline for the Bison. 37-minute mark here. Bison down 3-0 to the undefeated Kenyon squad. Kenyon also unscored upon on the season. Hopefully the Bison will be able to change that. Ball off Scotty Bolton's head there. Comes back inside the box. And that ball knocked all the way back out. Richie have to race into, put some pressure on, but he unable to get there in time. Ball sent back out, and Kuzik will head that one up. Off Star's foot. Try to leave Freeze. Dada comes up with it, leads Star. Star in. Star inside the box, comes up. Ball up. Freeze in. And a goal for the Bison. Oh no, but it's whistled. Whistled down on a handball there on Eric Freeze. Bad call there by referee. That ball headed in on Eric Freeze, called down on a handball. Apparently punched in there. Heinrich, the referee here, calling that one down.
Hey, ref, you let it cause some obstruction.
Heinrich maybe making the right call, maybe making the wrong call. We'll have to see when we get the tape back. Bison get on the board at 36 minutes. And it's taken away from them right away. Good stuff there, though, by the Bison. Good pressure. Able to get that ball in.
Come on, Jay! Can we win the ball?
This ball back down at half now. And it comes in. Richie unable to get to that. That goal definitely got the Bison excited, and it probably would have got them back in the game. Now they seem a little deflated after the goal being taken away from them. The rain has stopped here. And another goal right away for Kenyon. That goal may be the backbreaker here for the Bison. A lot of time left, though, to get 4 goals. Hopefully they'll be able to get one at least to get things started and grow on that. Right now, though, things not looking promising for the Bison here today against the undefeated Kenyon squad. That would have been the first goal against Andy Kingston and the Kenyon Lords on the season, but whistled down by referee Heinrich and taken away from Eric Freeze. And again, the rain slows down and begins to pick up again. Mother Nature not sure what she wants here this afternoon. That ball brought down. Controlled, sent into Kuzik, runs in the corner for that. Sent cross, but off Kuzik and out. And a corner here. Again, the rain picks up. Tough temperatures this afternoon. Beautiful temperature-wise, but yet the rain coming and going and the sky getting a little bit overcast and unclear. Ball crossed, headed up, and that ball out on the far side. We'll have a goal kick here from Malasala.
Hey, Kenyon!
And it picks up now, definitely, and we might go for a break here. Bison down 4-0 at the 34-minute mark here from Hogue Field on WTVX. So let's cut it. We're back in temperature. Weather conditions here. Rain again slowing down again. Going up, picking up again. Ball headed back down by Freeze. End up at Richie. Richie with time here, controls. Have to wonder what will happen if the Bison able to get a goal here against Kingston. What his reaction will be, having not been scored on the season. Star tries to send through into Dada. Can't get it there though. That ball back in, Phillips racing for that against Farmer. Farmer just sends a safe out on the side. Throw in here for Kenyon. That ball in, whistle back out. This will be Bison throwing now. Star tries to get it into Dada. Unable to do so, and this whistle down in Kenyon favor. That ball crossed inside the box. Michael sends it back out. Unable to cross again, but taken out by Dada. Dada control. Dada send free. Freeze in now. Freeze with Richie. Gives the ball one time to Richie. Richie right back across to Squire. Squire slides in the mud though. Force ball back out there. Falapoose loses. Falapoose gives away. Taken in. Sent into the corner there. Open Kenyon player in deep. That ball onto the end line. Not through, oh, and that time wide shot. Ball back up. Freeze can't get to that. Richie comes up, tries to get a foot on it, but it would have been high foot. And another free kick here for Kenyon. Ball brought down, Kuzik unable to get to that. And it'll be another ball in Kenyon advantage. A lot of bickering going on in the field between coaches and players and players from both squads. Goaltender Kingston upset at his players, telling them to start back with the fundamentals. We're at the 30-minute mark. Score 4-0. Bison have a big hole to climb out of. That ball sent way up and over the Bison net. Substitution. Substitution for Kenyon here. Leaving the game, Michael Vasilopoulos, excuse me, leaving the game. I didn't get a number of the player entering for him. That ball in. Back to Dave Driver. Driver tries to send up. Freeze pressures him just enough to send that ball out on the line. Gross will take the throw in. Gross looks, has Sean Meal. Gives it to him. No ball whistle down there. Into Dada inside 18. Dada control. Goes all the way and crossing it up past the Kenyon net. Good stuff there. Gross able to see Sean Meal. Finally getting some things done here. Not enough though. 29th minute. 2 balls now on the field. Ball boy accidentally throwing an extra one in. Kingston has to go over and get to that. And now we'll get the goal kick here. Mike Rogers warming up on the sideline. Injured in the last game. We'll have to see what Coach Cunningham has up his sleeve here. Ball forced out into the Bison, right into the Bison bench. Dada will take the throw in. With time, uses Farmer. Farmer from the backside. Farmer tries to send in. Star brings it down. Ball still up in the air. Gonna have to keep it on the ground for Bison to win this game. Ball sent across. Ritchie with a shot. Bison able to get a shot there. Off a nice little pass to Eric Freeze to Pat Ritchie, and we'll get a corner here for the Bison. Tony Muhammad forced to back up there. Free sends it. Has no. No doesn't have it up. Instead drops all the way back. Dada can't get to it. Taken now by Albert. Dada with pressure on Albert. Dada to Albert. That ball, that's all the way through. Squire just sends us safe outs on the side. We'll have a throw in here for number 5, Mark Toes. Toes sends in. Pressure on by Star, and that ball rides out. And another throw in here for Albert. Albert leaves for Toes. Toes will take the throw in for Kenyon. Gets it inside the box. And Squire tries to send out, but that ball picked off by Goen. Goen loses the ball though again there for Squire. Squire up to Gross. Good 1 balls there. Leads Squire. Gonna have to use the 1 ball there. Bison looking good with that. Gets into Freeze. Freeze tries to send Ritchie, but Ritchie's head not up. And ball lost there. Bison though come up with the throw in here. Freeze take it. Freeze into Ritchie. Ritchie controlling, tries to set back down to Freeze, but can't do so. Ball all the way back out to David Farmer. Freeze good pressure, and again, that ball whistled out. Throwing Kenyon here. Toes will take this again. Toes looks. Goes right up line. Kuza can't get to it though. Comes into Ritchie. Ritchie leaves Freeze. Good ball there. Ritchie making the run. Freeze comes through. And that ball forced out. And a Bison throw in. Star will come up with it. Star tries to send Larry Knoll. Larry Knoll just not enthused about this. Just lets it slide and turns his head instead of approaching after the ball after the play. That ball whistled down. Bison will take it quickly. Knoll sends Sean Meal. Sean Meal with time here. Sends Star in. Star leads Ritchie. Nice ball there by Sen Yang. And that ball forced out. We have a Bison corner here. Star with a nice ball over to Ritchie. Ritchie now brings it back into Dada. Dada able to head it back down to the grounds. What the Bison gonna need. Sean Mill can't get up. Heads it back up. Gross races out for it. Gross control. Back to Kuzik. Kuzik tries to have one back up. Richie in there, but unable to get to the ball. Sean Meal heads it right back in, and that ball back out to half, and Dada will race out to get there. Dada controls that midfield, brings it across field, sends Richie in. Richie trying to send Star back in and comes down, and a spike, and Larry Noel offside on that play. Inside 24. Offside whistle down there. Larry Noel, the Bison player who broke the plane. Kingston will take this kick. That ball over. Noel can't get to it. He does. It actually comes down. Now races out to the line for it. Tries to control. Gets it over to Sean Meal. Sean Meal into Richie. Bison finally getting some opportunities. Richie trying to slide. Noel not even actually making any movement. Noel totally lacking intensity. And that comes down, and Gross boots that into the pond on the far side. A little frustration being shown there on the Bison part. 4-0 the score here inside 24th minute of play. The undefeated Kenyon Lords scoring their last goal on a penalty kick. Nice footwork there in the middle by Squire. Bison gonna have to pick it up here a notch just to get on the board here against the unscored upon Andy Kingston. Ball rides out to the Bison bench. Scotty McNeven warming up on the side, freshman for the Bison. Mike Rogers warming up earlier, never entered. Bruce now getting ready. This ball comes down to Squire. Squire brings it up, open space. Brings it past half himself, a lot of time here in space. Sends Noel. Noel then sends up to Richie. Richie heads down. Pat Richie brings out the line. Stalls a little bit, stalls the play. Sends Noel in. Noel all the way to line. That ball forced out. We'll have a corner here for Bison. Noel will take this corner. Noel lets that ball in. Off Star. Comes back out to Gross. Gross has one up. And that well wide. Another goal kick here for Kingston. Kingston sets. Time ticking away for the Bison hopes. Plenty of time here for the Bison to score. 4 goals to tie it up, but just not getting the opportunities in front of Andy Kingston. This ball back out. Noel lets it land. And that ball knocked right back in by Jamon Berry. Headed in now. Dish Driver. And this ball back out. Gross. Pat Ritchie in behind the defense here. An opportunity for Pat Ritchie. Brings it around. Tries to cross, and that ball slides down. Pat Ritchie comes down bad on his arm there.
Ritchie one time.
Ritchie comes down on his arm. A little upset at himself there. That probably one of the best opportunities Bison had all day, other than Eric Free's goal that was taken away. Ref Heinrich called Free's goal back on a handball. And Ritchie blew out there. Unable to get the shot off. Ball comes all the way across. Headed down. Dada races out the line for that. Dada controls in corner. Has some help. Sends all the way back across. Noel loses that battle. Comes down to Sean Mills, but Sean Mill can't keep that ball in, and it's right back out to half. And Jason Sellers counterattacking. Sends it down in the corner. Gross, good hustle there. Races in, and that ball forced out off Gross's foot, and another Kenyon throw in. That ball now back in play. Off Star's chest. Star brings that ball down to the pitch, and they lose it. Bison advantage here. It's Sean Mill right in the midfield. A lot of time, a lot of space. Has Noel. Noel tries to send Gross. He sends it too hard. Noel having a hard time this afternoon. This ball comes out, and Gross unable to get to it. Kuzik heads it back out, and that ball goes out to the bench. Ball thrown in by Kenyon. To Shriver again to take this throw in. To Shriver for Kenyon. Sends up and tries to go deep in the Bison half. Taking out line, send in cross. Frees back to help out on defense. Malai Salo lets Aaron Squire control that, and Frees now making the run out to challenge for this ball. Not there in time. He keeps the pressure up. Maybe we'll get something happening here. Dada unable to get to that ball. 18-minute mark. Just break the 18-minute plane. Here play in the second half. Bison down 4-0. Just joining us here on WTVX. You've missed heck of a battle here by the Bison against the undefeated Kenyon Lords. Larry Noel again offside. Noel having a very difficult time this afternoon. Inserted here in the second half. A few bad balls off his foot, as well as some balls unchallenged. That ball booted back up by Jamon Barry. Taken by Sean Meal. Sean Meal gives to Dada. Dada tries to leave Gross, but that ball too far ahead of him. Picked off. Brought back into Strivener. And that ball goes all the way back to Malai Sala. Forced to grab the ball and send it way up in the atmosphere. Comes down half. Whistle down, Bison favor. Pat Ritchie having a hard time getting to the ball. Free kick coming up here. Sean Mill will take it. Farmer now in. Farmer has Dada. Dada uses Sean Mill up the middle. Little obstruction on that play, and Sean Mill will get the free kick here for the Bison. Uses Gross. Bison starting to speak to each other out on the field. Kuzik with a good ball there. Gets it through, and that ball off of Tony Muhammad's foot. And now Gross will take the throw in. Ball into No, heads it down all the way through to Dada into Star. Star has it up. Oh, big save there by. And it comes back across and knocked out off the wires up above. Good opportunity there for Star. Big save, Andy Kingston. Goaltender for the Lords. Again able to keep the opposition off the scoreboard. Couple changes. Mike Rogers, who was injured in the previous game, coming out onto the pitch. Hopefully his infusion will be able to be what the Bison need to get some things going here. And Bruce entering in the backfield. That is Scott McNeven. Comes down to Ritchie. Ritchie off Sean Meal. Comes back into Ritchie. Ball still loose in the box. That ball way up and over the net. Bison starting to get some chances here inside. That's 15-minute mark. Corner kick here. Dada will take it. Bison need one right now to get back on the scoreboard. Get on the scoreboard to get things going. That ball into the box. Rogers comes up. Oh, and Freeze coming down on the goaltender.
Get up, Roger!
Freeze have to watch that. He already has a yellow card in this game from the first half. Doesn't want to argue with the referee too much. Pat Ritchie seeming to want this game more than most. Really putting some intensity into this game. Star also. Star coming through. Star with good ball there. Tries to bring back through in the middle. Larry Knoll just sends that ball in. Pat Ritchie racing. Ball still free. Ritchie forces a goaltender out. Referee tells the goaltender, get back in your box where you belong. Goaltender complaining to the referee, and the referee just tells him where he should be. Ball back in the Bison end here. McNiven pops out. Bruce brings up. Bruce brings that ball past half himself. Bruce with an opportunity here. Ball drops down, and Ritchie will let that ride out. We'll have a Bison throw it. Ball into Sean Meal. Sean can't control there, and that's taken back out. Oh, big shot off the post there. Comes all the way out to the sideline. And a Bison throw in on this call. Bruce has this ball. Sends up. Comes right back to Kenyon player though, right inside. Nice tackle there by Bruce. Brings that ball back down, and Mole shot off the side of the net there. Comes up to Pat Ritchie. Pat Ritchie control here with time. Sends Sean Meal. Sean Meal tries to kick that ball, let it ride through. Bad choice there. Comes in now. Star coming in strong. Breaks the half. Sends it all the way through, and Roger's saying, what's going on here? Gonna have to use some passing. Can't score from that far out. We're in the 13th minute now. Scotty McNevin wins that heaver. Comes down to Star. Star to Sean Meal. Try to get those one-touch balls. It's when the Bison have been playing their best with when they use the one-touch ball. Farmer now brings this ball up himself. Farmer brings to Rogers. Rogers sets it down for Freeze. Good ball here. Good opportunity. Freeze with a cross. Pat Ritchie races all the way over. Keeps that ball controlled. Bison control here. Ritchie tries to go with the Meg. Can't do so. Plays down, and Ritchie trying to grab some legs and hold some players up in order to get his team going, but free kick results. That ball now up in the air. Scotty McNevin tries to bring that ball down. And it comes down to Star. Star trying to stay on his feet as well as keep the ball. Aaron Squire with a good play on that. Noel finally gets one to lead in, but nobody there to get to it. Noel again comes up. Noel into Freeze. Freeze just hits that ball up, and goaltender Kingston comes out for that. Freeze comes in, puts pressure on, makes him pick that ball up. Approaching 10 minutes left. Ritchie gets that ball down. No one's there battling for it with him though. Now Farmer comes all the way across the field, trying to help Pat Ritchie out. Pat Ritchie. Ritchie with the ball. Loses it. Star comes up with it now though. And that ball whistled down, Bison advantage. Star quickly gets it up to Dada. Dada controls through. Dada with good stuff here. Leaves Freeze. Chips that in the cross. Good ball there. Ritchie loses the battle. Big 16 up over him. Ritchie races out the line though. And that ball picking up line by Kenyon and continues on up past half. Eric Zwig with that ball, number 9. Excuse me, that would be number 8, Jason Sellers with that ball. Another Kenyon throw in. Again, this Kenyon squad ranked 6th in the nation to the Bison 18th mark. Ball all the way through. Bison now down 4-0 inside the 10th minute of play. Comes all the way down to Pat Ritchie. Ritchie with this one. Ritchie looks, uses his time. Has Sean Meal right in the middle. Sean Meal leads the Star. Star comes through. Star tries to lose possession there, and it comes all the way back at the half. And again, Kenyon control. Tony Muhammad brings that in. Muhammad sends into the box. Tries to get that through to Phillips, but Phillips can't get on that. And this ball sent out into the stands. A little bit of a haze coming over the field right now after this afternoon's rain here earlier in the second half. That ball crossed and up. Rogers back to help out. Dada comes up with it. Dada controls. Dada will try to bring it in himself maybe. No, he uses his help, Pat Ritchie, but ball doesn't get to him. And offside on that play. Tough stuff here for the Bison. 8 minutes, they're going to have to score a goal every 2 minutes in order to come back and tie this game up. Male sends to Farmer. Quick ball out. Farmer uses Rogers on the line. Rogers slides in the dirt. He's going to have to be a little careful there. Farmer heads it right back in and out. Kenyon throw in. Ball sent in. Dropped in. Squire comes out. Sends it right to Freeze. Freeze drops it for Star. Star with good stuff here. Uses Rogers. Rogers to Meal. Good stuff. Dada racing in on the corner. And they force that ball out on the side. Dada with the throw in. Dada to Rogers. Rogers with a good ball there. Sends back, uses Farmer. Farmer with some time. Goes to the cross. Sean Meal in. Heads down to Freeze. Freeze unable to get a foot on that though. Right there, maybe Sean Meal should have went for the goal himself instead of trying to get Freeze in front. Bison again kept off the scoreboard there. Andy Kingston and an error on their own part. Scotty brings the ball down here. Gets it to Ritchie. No, hastily sends that ball right in. Squire comes up with it now though. Tries to get through to Pat Ritchie, can't get it all the way. And Tony Muhammad now comes up on the far line, sends the cross all the way through. No one's there for that. This ball in. Again, all the way back across inside the bark. Muhammad can't do anything with that, and it rides out. And we'll have a throw in here for Kenyon on the far side. Taking this will be Eric Zweig. Zweig looks. And he gets it in. High throw, and Pat Ritchie comes down with it. Comes out to Noel. Noel brings it in. Noel sends this one in. Rogers will have to race for it. And that ball comes off Andy Kingston's foot, not the way he planned. And we'll have a Bison throw in. Inside 6 minutes. 5.5 left on the clock. Freeze with a throw in into Star. Star controls, brings that down. In the box. Freeze put pressure on again and forced out. This ball brought down. Star in. Good ball there, and goaltender Kingston comes out, still can't control, and Freeze comes down on his head. Ball down, Sean Mill brings that into Freeze. Ball comes out. And ball whistled down. And we'll go for a break here real quickly.
Call him out. Call him out. I got 21. Okay. In there, Larry. Who got 11?
Free kick by Farmer. Farmer sends it in all the way to Sean Meal. Sean Meal heads down right to Andy Kingston, who makes that save. Just do it. Start with good ball here. Bison just wanting to get on the scoreboard right now to break this streak the Kenyon team has. Freeze trying to get this ball back to Dada. Dada has that one up off his foot poorly there and out. Another goal kick here for Kingston. Few substitutions here for the Bison. Actually a ton of them. Cunningham changing the whole lineup, re-entering the game. Frankie Tall in the backfield, as well as David Gross. Coming on now, Seth Serico re-entering the game. We're inside 3. Kingston taking his time getting the ball here. Letting the clock help him out for a shutout. Sets it up, working slowly here.
You're kind of fat.
Uses a stall. Sends that ball way up. Headed down and back into Phillips, number 10. That ball crossed, back out to Phillips. Phillips has it up, just wide left. Mully diving after that one. Mully has Gross here. Gross inside referee time now, inside 2-minute mark. Seth comes back to challenge. Squire sends out. Went into the stands there. Losing a lot of fans this afternoon due to the rain earlier in the second half. This ball now in, headed down by Gross. Right to Squire. Squire uses uses Rogers. And offside there. Molly very quickly here on this ball. Uses Dada. Dada just sends it in to Rogers there. Rogers in. Loses the ball. Back out to the circle. And that ball rides all the way back to Molly. Molly will just play the quick ball here. Uses Squire again. Squire sending Noah in. Noah, I thought, had left there in the last substitution, but apparently not. Stayed in. The ball thrown in now and headed out by Gross. Time ticking away for the Bison. 4-0 the score here. The Kenyon Lords continuing their shutout streak. This will be the 6th game if the Bison are unable to get on the board where their opponents have not scored. They've not been scored upon yet this season. This ball now in Farmer. Farmer with a chance here to get some things going into Knoll. Knoll tries to send Gross. Good ball there. Gross, nice ball to Frankie Tall. Frankie Tall comes through. Sends a cross off. Oh, Seth just missing there. And the ball again knocked out to half and continues. Good stuff. Frankie Tall pinching in, knowing when he has to do that and when he can't. And that's time, and the Kenyon Lords continue the shutout streak on the season. Their 6th game, their 6th shutout. Undefeated, and Bison fall for the 2nd time this season, making their record now 4-2. No goals for the Bison. A tough game here from Hogue Field.
Come on, Red, move! Come on, Red! And move to it! Move to it! Come on, Red! Move to it! Come on, Red!